That does not include another match that was canceled because of a bomb threat.
Quiet, please. Thank you.
Last 8 times of those clashes have been on this type of a surface too.
Connors to serve.
There is Samantha, Yvonne's girlfriend, sitting next to Tony Roach.
Love 15.
Here's how Connors got this far.
Yeah, he's playing well right from the word go in this tournament, as he has been the last month. He's been hitting the ball, as Jimmy has said himself, as well as he has for a few years. Dropped the first set in those last 2 matches and then won pretty well after that. There's an early indication. Yeah. Lendl makes an easy error. Everybody cheers. In the quarterfinals in Canada, Connors was coming up against McEnroe, and he'd lost to him 10 or 12 times in a row, and he beat him in the quarterfinal there.
That piece of paper, right? Thank you.
Although McEnroe, of course, is not playing like he was 2 or 3 years ago.
Jimmy's considering moving to New York. Well, Connors has obviously come out deciding to swing, and that tactic you saw there, driving Lendl wide to the forehand side and opening up the backhand court, worked very well for him a few years ago. Crowd's going to get awfully hoarse if they keep this up.
For serve.
I would suspect that one of the things we'll see and recognize as this match goes on is the fact that Yvonne Lendl will do a lot of damage with the serve, and Jimmy really can't hurt Lendl much with his serve. And that can be a telling factor over the long haul.
Lendl serve. Connors won the first game.
Love.
This is how Ivan Lendl got this far. You see love, love, and love in the first round. Really easy in those first 3 matches, and not that much more difficult. One tiebreak set against Anders Jared, and then a real decisive win over McEnroe. That convinced a lot of people that this guy can really play.
They needed convincing before that.
Lost a total of only 2 sets in his last 3 U.S. Opens.
Well, you see the approach shot here to Lendl's forehand, and I would not be at all surprised to see Connors go to Lendl's supposedly strength, which is his forehand side, a lot more than everybody thinks during this match. It would be a very brave and bold plan, but if you've lost 13 times in a row, why not? In ground stroke rallies, baseline to baseline, Tony, I don't think Lendl's forehand is as good when he's moving to his right as when it's coming straight at him, or he moves around his backhand to hit the forehand.
And when you get him on the run, if you come to the net, he likes to go down the line with the running forehand.
Connors again trying to play the approach shot down the line to Lendl's forehand. Big question will be, Connors is coming out at a pretty fast pace. He's swinging pretty hard at every ball. How long can he keep that up at 35 years of age?
No, I'm not worried about his physical stamina, really, because, you know, points don't last real long. He is facing a guy that sometimes gives him no pace on the backhand chip. Lendl's just going under, just getting it back softly, making Jimmy create the pace.
It's 40-15.
Surprise tactic right there.
It really is. You hardly ever see Jimmy Connors do this. Take the second serve and move to the net to put away a volley. I can hardly ever remember him doing it. It's a heck of a volley, but this is only the second game. I mean, things like that have got to take a little bit out of him.
Yeah, it's been a hard-working game. Both of them have.
I'm for sure Jimmy's attitude is, I no sense saving anything.
That's right.
You know, if I don't win this one and I got nothing to save for, I have plenty of time to rest. Being in the kind of condition that Jimmy's in, he doesn't get tired. Or if he does, he doesn't show it. He goes full bore all the way down the line. 1 all.
1 all.
I think the problem facing Connors is that if he stays on the baseline, Lendl is just going to stay on the baseline and rally with him all day long. And he's, got that little bit more power in his serve, Lendl has. So Connors is going to have to get to the net in order to try to win points.
And Ivan gets to most balls very easily. He's so quick.
Love. .30-15.
Ivan Lendl's parents. She with the dark glasses.
Here's another look at the offensive lobs or the bolo overhead. Not the way Jimmy wanted to make it. This one goes wide. Back live at 40-15, 1 all first set.
Leads 2-1, first set in this tournament. If he continues in that fashion, he'll become the 5th to accomplish that. Frank Parker, Frank Sedgman, Tony Trabert twice, Neil Frazier. There's our
Isn't that
captain.
Ridiculous?
Tennis clothes have changed, haven't they?
Yes, they have.
Your ears got smaller since then, did they?
No, I just have more hair around the sides.
It's because he wears that headset all the time.
I had to go out and defend our country. I don't know what you guys were doing.
I think I was just a thought.
I was too old to be drafted.
Right on it.
15 love.
Watch Connors. He was right on it, really angry with himself. That also will take extra energy out of you if you expend that kind of emotion after points.
Well, especially only 3 games into the match, too.
Quiet, please.
There's at least another couple of hours to go.
15 all.
Obviously, if you didn't lose a set, you won the tournament both in 53 and 55.
Yeah,
I don't think you've changed that
I
much.
got lucky. I have some fond memories. You know, there's no money in those days involved, but they're the victories, the pride that goes with it, the sense of accomplishment is something that no one can take from you. Nuke's enjoyed so many victories in Grand Slam events, but it's why you get involved. And it's why I can't understand when you hear people say I get burned out or I need time off and all that kind of stuff. You know, I just thought it was a big thrill to be out there and attain some of those goals.
Nuke, of course, won the tournament twice as well. Ivan has never lost a match. 12-0 as the #1 seed here at the U.S. Open.
Living up to your seed, isn't it?
Surely is. And he's played that way throughout this tournament. 30-15.
Got the look of a man who's done all his homework and his study for the examination.
He has an air of quiet confidence. He knows he's done everything he can do off the court to prepare.
Statistics you've been seeing, by the way, come to us courtesy the Unisys Corporation. Thank you.
30 all.
I guess the big question for Connors is to see if he can show Ivan Lendl that this is an examination that he has not prepared it adequately for.
That's the kind of shot Jimmy hates to miss. He wasn't really trying to do that much with it. Just miscalculated a little bit, hit out in the alley.
So far he's missed more backhands than forehands. Is that because he's trying to maybe do a little bit more than normal?
This one right here, just trying to get over onto the backhand side. See, you just hate to miss those. If you got a small area to hit into, you take your chance. If you make it, fine. If not, you understand. He was literally just trying to get from forehand to backhand side.
Game, Lendl. 2 all.
2 all in the first. Men's semifinal, the winner to play Mats Wilander.
I'd like to take this moment, Pat, to congratulate tennis coach Frank Brennan of Stanford, who is the women's coach there, and the men's coach, Greg Patton of Cal Irvine. They have received the Wilson Intercollegiate Tennis Coaches Association Coach of the Year Award for Division I, both men and women. That's given out every year by Wilson Sporting Goods, and they're the ones that create the champions that we later see here.
Love 15. Love 30.
Little spot of trouble here. Listen to the crowd come to his aid.
Over the years, that's the shot that we have seen Jimmy Connors miss more than any other.
Pat, you can bet that he's going to get a lot of chances to miss them today too, because
Lendl's going to get it back, isn't he?
Dickie Stockton here playing in the 35 and over. Played Davis Cup when I was captain. One of the nice guys out there, really.
He was practicing with Connors this morning.
There was some comment. Connors is 35 here in the semis of the U.S. Open. Here's what Lendl thought of his backhand miss into the net. So bad. Yeah. In the process of trying to give Connors those soft shots off the backhand, the slice, he has to be careful he doesn't get it too short. He has to either be very short where it stays down low, or he's got to get it pretty deep.
This is a funny shot that Connors hits, because really it wasn't that tough a shot, and if he had have hit a normal smash at it, he would have been able to hit a winner. Instead, he does the overarm smash. He does the real big grunt. So
the bolo, yeah.
It sounds like an awfully tough thing.
It sounded tough, didn't
yeah.
it?
It should have gone for a winner.
He makes the drop shots sound tough, you know. He grunts about everything. Roachy. Hope his daughters are watching back home. Give Daddy a wave. Hi, girls.
Game, Connors.
We'll be back at the U.S. Open after this word from your local station. Lendl serving at 2-3 in the first.
Love 15.
I didn't really mean to get the crowd on his side, because they're on his side anyway. It's getting the crowds pumped up and pulling for him on every point
into the match.
And that might, you know, what he's hoping, of course, is that that'll rattle Ivan. Put him off his game a little bit.
See the indication of the speed of Lendl's last serve, 117 miles an hour. That's humming.
And Lendl has missed, I'm only guessing here, but there's 2 forehands he's missed in this game. There has to be another 5. He's missed about 7 forehands so far. Connors is working it over a little bit on the wide one.
$15-30.
He wanted this one badly. Would have given him 3 break points. Catches the tape.
I say he didn't want it badly.
He's going to play it to the hilt. He loves to play in New York. There's a combination. Liza Minnelli and Ili Nastasi.
Not sure what kind of combination.
30 all.
Too bad you make such a super return, then miss the next one. Lendl's looking, hoping,
thinking.
Deuce.
Arthur Ashe.
Yep.
Advantage Lendl.
His first ace. That makes it 3-all in the first.
Samantha Frankel, Ivan's lady friend. Here's an awfully long, strenuous run. Let's see, we see no indication of the sore foot. He didn't come up limping at all, as he had in earlier matches. So we're back live at 3-all, first set.
Still no breaks.
Love 15.
Linda Evans enjoying and looking concerned about it. Maria Shriver.
Linda Evans will make the presentation of the checks to the women's champion and runner-up.
That's still to come.
Ivan Lendl prefers to go down the line on the backhand, attempted the passing shot. Jimmy's been picking it so far. It'll be interesting to see if Lendl changes it and rolls a few cross court.
Which he can do.
Oh, yeah.
Or comes up with a lob with because Jimmy plays that approach shot and runs in so quickly afterwards. He's full steam straight ahead.
It's his style, but Jimmy just seems to expend so much energy on every stroke. And Lendl, on the other hand, is gliding back and forth and not doing a lot of extra work.
You won't see many of those. 101 miles an hour on the speed gun. The ace for Connors.
He'd be proud of that. Get up over the century mark with his serve. He'd say, that's nifty.
All.
30-40. Now break point. Yep. I talked to Jimmy a while back about that one-hander down the line, and I said, you know, have you tried other things? He said, gosh, Tony, I've tried to go over it and this and that. He said, I've just done it that way so long. And of course, with the kind of record he has, it's pretty tough to be too tough on him about it. But you'd like to think if he rolled that ball a little bit more, or went under it a little bit more, would hit it as hard, but might not miss as many.
Hughes. Remember a couple of years ago, he made a conscious effort to do that.
Yep.
And it just didn't work out.
He tops it when he goes cross court because he gets the head down a little bit lower. But when he goes down the line, he takes the head up a little bit above the ball, goes down and under it. There's a cross court.
Advantage, Lendl.
Another break point for Lendl.
A lot of break points this week. 30, 40 points, out points. Connors has saved the wide serve like he did on 2 points ago.
Yep.
He slides the ball out wide, takes a little bit of pace off it. But he got away with it 2 points ago. I don't know whether he can get away with it again.
The point prior to that, in the ad court, he served an ace down the center.
First serve straight at the body that time. We'll have had one of each. We'll go back to probably go wide on this one.
Game, Lendl. Lendl leads 4-3.
Lendl leads 4-3 in the first set. Winner to face Mats Wilander. Wilander beat Edberg earlier today in 4.
Some people might think that's a bit of a surprise, but Edberg ranked second, Wilander third.
Love 15.
That second and third ranking only happened the last couple of months anyway, didn't it? And it'll probably swing around now.
Not much difference between number 2 and number 3, or number 1.
I don't know. Number 1 seems to be pretty hard to get to.
It's hard to get to, but you're not that far away.
It's hard to stay there.
closes well here. Watch him close up towards the net. The ball was chipped, and he pushed it right down the line, right into the corner. Lendl was well behind the baseline. It took that shot of his quite a while to get over the net, and Jimmy just kept on closing in, played it perfectly.
Love 30.
Right, there he is.
Connor's trying to break back.
Lendl serving in the mid-40s in first serves thus far. He needs to improve that.
15-30.
You pointed out before, that's a very hard shot for a two-hander.
The high one.
High one, yeah.
Yeah.
Like that.
They both put a little effort into that point.
Lendl's reaction at winning this point. This was a big one for him. It brought the score back to 30 all. Phew. Even when you're that fit, you go, phew.
Well, they both covered some ground on that one.
Yeah, and this game is becoming an extremely big one for Connors because he's down 4-3 a break. Love 30 he had in this game. He's expended a tremendous amount of energy so far, and they're only 7 games into the match. Be pretty disheartening for him if he's gone at 120% non-stop for 7-8 games and he finds himself down 5-3. Whoa, that's a shot.
40-30.
Did he stay down on that one? There was hardly an opening here. Let's just have a look at Ivan Lendl hitting this forehand down the line. A very hard shot to hit. He bends his knees. You could see how he stayed down the whole time until he'd actually finished the hit of the shot.
Jimmy had stayed to the right of that center stripe, thinking he was going to come back cross court.
You got to generate some power to put it past Connors when you're going baseline to baseline like that.
You're not kidding.
Hughes.
Here's another look at the good two-handed shot, the famous Connors two-hander, and here's the isolation on Jimmy. Gets that racket ready early. Not a big swing at it. He hits it very solidly. He's so used to doing that. I mean, that is routine for him.
Yeah, we didn't have the clenched fist that time, which he was doing in the 3rd game. You think he's conserving a bit of energy now?
Lendl's been to the net less than half the time of Connors. Neither one go there a whole lot.
Deuce.
No first serves at this point for Ivan Lendl. He's not getting a good percentage in at all. He missed it. Looked like he might have gone up a little early.
Advantage Connors.
Break point for Connors. You'd think the awareness of Connors' ability to return served so well has an effect on a server?
Sure,
like Lendl?
sure.
Regardless, huh?
Absolutely. I think it had an effect on Edberg, too, knowing Villander returned so well.
Hughes.
It has an effect on you when you come to the net. You try to make a better approach. Your first volley you try to make better because you know if the guy gets a good swing at it, they got a good chance of knocking it past you.
Advantage Lendl.
119 miles an hour. Advantage Lendl.
Oh, yeah, great shot.
Game Lendl.
Super shot, super court coverage, and he broke the string.
Lendl leads 5-3.
Well, the backhand from, gee, at least 12 feet behind the baseline there, and Lendl favouring the down-the-line shot. Connors knew that. What Lendl did was just hold the ball. He can see Connors moving there, and the last second, little flick back across court. Ah, got him.
As you mentioned, Nuke, Lendl broke the string, so he has a different racket out there now with Connors serving at 3-5 first set.
He looks a lot quicker since he got his new haircut.
Of course.
Love 15.
He doesn't mess around when he has haircuts for the US Open, does he?
No.
He just says, go in and that's it. Just go whoosh and off I go.
All.
Ivan pointed to his own eyes, so, you know, look at the ball.
Shot.
15-30. All.
Like Lendl slipped a little bit.
He did.
Trying to recover from the return of serve. He would not have gotten there anyway. Here's a look at it. Let's see. Watch his feet there. Just that right foot slipped a little bit. Back live 30 all. Down the line. And it is set point for Lendl. Early, Jimmy was looking for the down the line, and that one cross court has influenced him, and now he can't just automatically cover the down the line shot. Missed it. Lendl seems to be very relaxed to me, very confident.
in talking to Tony Roach, I know that he feels very confident that Ivan knows what he has to do. That's Tony Roach there. What Lendl knows what he has to do to beat Connors. And he's beaten him 13 straight times. He's got to go out and do it again.
That would indicate he's got a pretty good idea how to beat him.
The only unknown factor for them would be going into this match, US Open, centre court here at Flushing Meadows, and the crowd, whether they would add up to enough to swing the tide.
Again, set point for Lendl.
Can't work any harder.
No, sir. That was a terrific tennis point. And Jimmy, you know, said, I'm just playing tennis. I have fun. I give it all I got. Anything from this here on in is a bonus. Pancho Segura, Dick Savage sitting right behind him. Former Wimbledon and Australian champion in the Hall of Fame.
Advantage Connors.
He had him. All Connors could do was watch and hope.
Missed it.
Deuce.
Patty Connors looks pretty relaxed out there, too. She's been through this so many times. When Connors gets you on the defensive, he's really good at keeping you there on the string. He just takes the ball so early and moves you around, and you never get to a ball where you have a good swing at it.
Finally hold. 5-4 Lendl. Let's go to Jim Nance.
Pat, I'm with the 1972 Open champion, Ili Nastasi. And Ili, you just said you feel tired watching Jimmy run around out there.
Exactly. I feel tired, you know, for watching Jimmy, you know, running. And I think it's doing unbelievable right now.
What are his chances realistically here today?
I think it'll be tough. And like he said, right, you know, we ran after that ball. He said if we play one of the two sets, maybe I have a chance. But I think 5 sets will be very difficult for him.
All right, let's go back to Pat Summerall.
Thank you, Jim. Lendl serving with new balls for the set.
watch Connors, he's always moving forward, always moving into the ball. On the return, steps in.
Love 15.
Lendl's first serve percentage against McEnroe was 62%, which is about what you'd expect of him. 43% against Connors.
McEnroe wishes it was 43 against him. Give him a chance to get into the match. Lendl not too pleased at the end of this shot. He mishit it.
He's getting a lot of whoos out there.
Love 30.
You'll hear some noise if Connors gets one of these next 3 points.
That set point that Lendl had in the last game where Connors was all over the court, finished up winning the rally. Looking pretty important now.
Ball was good. Ball was good.
Jimmy started to walk
15-40.
away. He knew it was good.
Second ace, yep.
Jay Snyder, chair umpire. Still break point.
This one goes cross court, the backhand passing shot. Connors looking for it down the line. You see, he waited, didn't even come close to the center of the court. And the cross court backhand beat him. Is still a break point for Connors to get him even at 5-all. Would thrill this crowd tremendously. All of a sudden, 3 big first serves by Lendl. 120.
Powerful serve. Deuce.
What was he averaging? 43% of first serves. Gets down love 40 and gets 3 in a row.
Yep. Nice weapon to have. Miss hits in a row.
Advantage Connors.
A little bit of nerves there, Tony. That
doesn't look at it or something because he mishit the forehand and then mishit the backhand.
Break point conversions. Connors none. Lendl 1.
Quiet, please.
The 1 break.
Another chance for Connors to get this set even at 5-all.
Yeah, Lendl just starting to look a little shaky.
Yep. Jimmy made a darn good volley. It had some juice on it. It sort of scooted through, but Ivan was able to handle it.
Got to be a lot of pressure on you out there, because you know that every time you're going to lose a big point, 19,000 people are going to be cheering. So, starting to feel awfully lonely out there on the court.
Good serve.
Yep. Advantage Lendl.
Now it's set point for Lendl. Both players take plenty of time between points.
Game in first set, Lendl.
First set.
6-4.
Ivan Lendl, tough set. Wins it 6-4.
Hour and 7 minutes, and you'll see what Connors thought about it
seats, ladies and gentlemen.
when this ball catches the tape.
Quiet, please.
First game, second set coming up.
Second set, Connors to serve. Wait, please. Please sit down. Love 15.
Still to come today, the women's singles final. Number 1 seed Steffi Graf against the number 2 seed Martina Navratilova. The lineup for today was changed because of a threatening forecast, so they switched things around.
Love 30.
Jimmy certainly doesn't want to get down an early break in this second set. Makes the task that much more difficult.
Love 40.
He's headed in that direction. Love 40. That's his first double fault.
Just get it off the back of the line.
Yep.
I bet Ivan feels a lot more comfortable now, having one set in his hip pocket.
He looked comfortable throughout the set, but yet he had to struggle.
Yeah,
Jimmy played very well.
I thought he was getting just a little tense towards the end of that set.
Game, Lendl. First
Lendl
game,
gets his
second
break.
set.
1-love, second set, Lendl. I think they're 5, but I'm not sure about that.
We have one in Australia now, runs around with a beer sign on it.
seems appropriate.
Love 15.
Another miss hit by Lendl.
Was that a compliment or what?
Absolutely.
All.
Don Johnson in the middle with the dark glasses. Lendl 42-1 after winning the first set.
Oh.
15-30.
That was closer than everybody thought.
Well, including Jimmy. Jay Snyder, the umpire. Yeah, he just stood there and figured, well, that's going way out, and the extra topspin brought it down quickly. Almost fell in.
First serve.
All.
What Lendl has done in the last 3 years. That's scary.
Oh, he's lost 2 sets, so he's not invincible. Only 160. No wonder he likes it here.
Two love. And John Newcomb, what does Jimmy Connors do now to turn things around? Or can he?
He tried it in the first set. He came out blasting and swinging as hard as he possibly could. He tried to attack Lendl's forehand. He had some good success with that, and he was in that first set, let's face it. He was not out of the first set by a long shot. I think he's just got to keep trying the same tactics, but I'm not sure, Tony, whether he can keep doing that, you know, playing at that pace that he started the first set off at.
I think he has to gamble off the ground. I think he has to try to hit penetrating approach shots, be more aggressive or continue to be aggressive. It's not really his nature. Aggressive meaning go to the net some more and gamble on the approach shots. Try to really hurt Ivan with the shot coming in.
All.
I just don't think that he can stay out there long enough by playing Lendl's backhand all the time. Lendl does not make errors off his backhand. You get a lot more errors off the forehand, even though it's a more powerful shot.
30-15.
points number 2 for Connors.
The Nabisco Grand Prix offers bonus points and prize money at 75 men's tournaments around the world, including this one, the U.S. Open. If Jimmy Connors or Ivan Lendl should win here, his 700 points would improve his chances to win the year-end first-place prize of $800,000. The top 8 players also qualify for the Nabisco Masters in December.
Not a bad bonus.
Not bad.
Break point for Lendl. This is how they've handled the break points. 2 of 3 for Lendl. Jimmy 0 for 5. Pretty tough to run around the left-hander's serve like that to hit the forehand, because if he slices it, just keep coming into your body. With Ivan's backhand as sound and solid as it is, don't know why he would want to do it.
Advantage Connors.
Hard to win a point. Game to Connors. Lendl leads 2-1 in the second.
Big cash in the semis there.
15 love.
Had Becker, what did he have? Becker a set and a break in the final at Queen's Club.
$30 love.
In all, Jimmy's won, what is it, 105
Tournaments. Mm-hmm.
That's his third ace. That first serve percentage getting better. That spells trouble for whomever the opponent might be.
Up to 50%. One stage he was in the 30s.
Game, Lendl.
Lendl leads 3-1 in the second now.
3-1.
That was sort of what I was alluding to during the last set when I said you expect the powerful Lendl serve to create some easy games for him. It's tougher for Jimmy to do that. He has to do it with the ground strokes, not necessarily the serve itself.
Quiet, please.
Oh boy, just overpowered him that time.
All.
Really starting to cool off now.
Still very overcast skies. Seems to be about the same amount of breeze.
I think the officials would be very, very happy to get this one through.
Talking about
Two
rain.
semis.
Yep.
Between 5 and 6. We're getting close.
$30-15.
A little bit of rain shouldn't hurt Connor's chances either. It's a chance to go off. Have a shower, put his feet up for a while. Not that he's looking tired yet. Done a lot of work though.
All.
Don't forget, still to come, the women's final. Graf and Navratilova.
$30.
Where Jimmy might swing it wide here. As you mentioned, Nuki saves his wide ones for important points. That's a very tough volley for Jimmy. He has sort of a Western grip on that forehand side. When that ball gets down low like that, below the net, he has a tough time getting under the ball to make it pop back up. He hits it pretty flat.
Did a lot of work,
Didn't he?
in that point. And, whew, we're only back to juice.
They both did.
It's a way of life
Yeah.
for him. You know, that's the only way he knows. Just go full bore, work hard, hit it as hard as he can, run all over the place.
Advantage, Connors.
We'll be back at the U.S. Open after this word from your local station.
He's going to stay in there and he's going to give it everything, as we know.
All right, Bobby, good to see you again. Let's go back up the path.
Thank you, Jim. Thank you, Bobby. Wonder if he's got a wager on this match.
I'm sure he does. That may be the quickest answer anyone has ever gotten from Bobby Riggs.
They cut his microphone.
Oh, he does. He loved tennis.
He's still chasing the guy who ran away with the microphone. Bobby warmed me up before my 1970 Wimbledon semi-final. We warmed up and I said, I got to go and shower. I'm on in half an hour. He said, wait a minute, let's have a bet. And I had to stay on the court and play him for 10 more minutes while we bet.
Bet on the warm-up?
Yeah, he had the alleys and I had the singles court. I won 20 pounds and then went out and played.
Oh, that was close. That was sort of similar to the topspin forehand that Lendl hit that Jimmy didn't move for. Here's another look. Lendl just doesn't really prepare at all. He says, well, that's going way out. Look, he's got his racket down now. And watch. Very, very close. Jimmy's just remarkable at returning serve. I mean, that was a terrific serve, and it came back just as fast.
40-15.
Game, Lendl. Lendl leads 4-2.
Seems like Lendl is winning sort of handily, but in one break per set. Jimmy's doing a good job. First drop shot of the day in this match.
115.
Well, we've talked about it before, Tony, that this is not a good shot to play on this type of surface. It's an excellent drop shot, by the way, from Jimmy. Lendl got to it reasonably easy, and it's the open court across court. On a clay court or a grass court, that would have been very effective.
40-30.
Lendl took his time on this forehand. He prepared well, hitting straight through the ball. He knew exactly where he wanted to hit it. He didn't try to overhit that shot. It wasn't nearly as hard as he can hit it. A little bit of open court and wham.
Up 30.
Love 40.
Now 3 break points for Lendl.
This would be a very, very tough lead for Connors to come back from. Down 6-4 and 5-2 if he loses this point.
Oh. 15-40.
Pretty casual effort that time.
Yeah,
by Lendl.
Didn't move his feet. Maybe he wasn't expecting it to come to his forehand.
Jimmy's getting tired of that beeping, he says. That says his serve is going long.
Game Lendl. Lendl leads 5-2.
Lendl leads 5-2 in the second.
Looking very comfortable.
Very strong.
He's picked up his first serve percentage dramatically too. Since first set he was 43% up till the 10th game.
15 love.
And I think the edge has come off of Jimmy's game too. He came out smoking. And as you mentioned, Nick, you weren't sure how long he could keep that up. Lendl up to 53%. Sorry, Pat.
That's overall, so he's got to be a little over 60 for this set.
$30 love.
I have a hunch it might be getting a little tough to see out there at the moment, too. You're sort of in the dusky area with the overcast. The lights aren't taking complete effect.
$40 love.
Who gave you the 5 o'clock rain forecast, Pat? I have it as exactly on 5 o'clock.
At the beginning of the show, when we gave the weather forecast, prediction was rain between 5 and 6.
3 set points for Lendl. Let's take another look.
40-30.
Lendl on the run. Now Connors already started and gets this ball right at the top of the bounce. Watch him cover down the line. Never went to the right of that center service line. He knew where it was coming. Picked it off easily. Back live. It's still a set point for Lendl. He had 3. He now has 1. Lendl doesn't here.
Yeah, but you call after he complains.
You didn't hear Cyclops because the ball was wide. Jay Snyder called it immediately. So it's a second serve.
Oh, that was close.
Game second set, Lendl 6-2.
Lendl wins the second set 6-2 after winning the first 6-4.
That shows you some of the maturity in Lendl. There was a time when he would have argued. There's Yvonne's parents in the back, mother with the sunglasses, Patty Connors, stoically watching.
Quiet, please.
There was a time when Lendl would have blown his top and argued for a while and disrupted things. And he's so confident in himself that he asks a question, makes his comment, and go back to play as we start the third set.
That's opening up a lot of court.
15 love.
Both players all over the court in this rally. It was a super rally. This was a great shot from Lendl. What a get from Connors. He almost doubled up when he hit it, didn't he?
$15
That perhaps the result of the tough point.
Yeah.
The previous one.
Yep.
He's having to hit so many great shots to win points.
30-15.
Quite a sight. Break point for the #1 seed.
Yeah, this is what happened to him in the second set. He lost his opening serve and then was playing catch-up for the rest of the set, which is pretty hard to do against Ivan Lendl.
They used to talk about Lendl the choker when he got to the finals here 3 years in a row and couldn't win or didn't win. Now he's won it twice in a row. Trying to get in the finals for the 6th year in a row. Going for his 3rd consecutive win.
I never thought he choked that much. He was just beaten by better players at that time. The other thing, Tony, I think he's a lot fitter now. than he was at that time. In a couple of those matches towards the end of them, I thought he might have got tired in those finals.
And he lost confidence, and I think part of the point is you learn how to win as you go along. Wouldn't you say so, Pat?
Well, you don't let those things like you brought up a minute ago. If you get what you think is a bad call, you proceed.
Break point again for Lendl. That first big win is so important in anyone's career, and for Lendl, it was the French Open when he was down 2-0 to McEnroe and came back to win. Great shot.
Advantage, Connors.
I don't know whether you'd coach someone, Tony, to hit a smash like this, the round arm smash. Why do you think he does it?
I think he's done it in the past and sort of become a habit. It's not something you teach someone to do every time you have an overhead. Sometimes when that ball gets behind you, you do that bolo swing because you can get it farther behind your body and then try to pop your wrist down to get the racket head to bring it down into court.
You just have to do it that way.
Game, Connors.
Game to Connors.
First game,
set 3.
A third to the time of a match.
Over at Shea Stadium. Top of the ninth, the Cardinals leading the Mets 7-1. They bombed Dwight Gooden. Give themselves a little breathing room.
All of a sudden, Jimmy looks a little drawn. Nuke, I think it's what you're talking about. He's expended an awful lot of energy, and it looks like it's taken its toll.
I was looking at him very closely on the change of ends. He was sitting in his chair, and he was sitting there sipping at his drink and had that look in his eyes like, boy, have I run a long way so far. I want to win the next 3 sets. I'm going to have to run an awful long way. By no means does that mean he's quit, though.
That's just too good.
He hit the line on the left side, Lendl's left side, and then he came back and hit the line on the other side.
Lendl has developed, though, almost the perfect game for this surface. It's tough to attack him. His second serve has improved dramatically from where it was a couple of years ago. Serves it deeper now. He serves it harder. He's got no real weakness off the baseline. Forehand, backhand.
Great passing shots.
Volleys have improved.
Game, Lendl.
Match
1-all.
exactly 2 hours old now. Games are 1-all, third set. Lendl's won the first two.
New balls.
Just sort of sails through his service games. Connors really has to battle.
Lendl's changing rackets over there. He has a racket, I think it's a new racket, isn't it? When he changes rackets?
Newly strung.
And every time they change balls,
Yeah.
he changes to a newly strung racket.
Right. He thinks that, or feels that after he plays with it for 11 games, the tension goes down a little bit. It's a little looser. So he automatically goes to a newly strung racket.
Love 15.
The winner to play Mats Wilander tomorrow in the men's final. Love 15.
Just missed down the sideline.
15 all.
I was watching Lendl closely then, Tony, in that rally, not looking at Connors at all, and Lendl was just bouncing around the baseline, hardly moving at all. Jimmy's shots are no longer going quite as close to the sidelines as they were in the first, especially in the first set. That's a lot of energy to lose the point.
$15-30.
First serve. Jimmy's getting 66% of his first serves in. He's winning only 50% of the points on the first serve and 62% on his second serve.
It's a strange one.
Yeah. Break point for Lendl. I don't know if he's faking it or not, but Lendl looks like he feels completely in command, in control.
Yep.
Deuce.
That's the grimace Roach used to give me every time I missed a return in doubles. Oh, I don't like that. I start to sweat when I see that.
Advantage, Lendl.
Another break point.
Deuce. Quiet, please.
Great stretch volley. You'll see Connors fully extended as he comes in here.
Advantage, Connors.
Arm completely stretched out. Muscle it down the line for a winner. Notice how quiet the crowd is. Lendl's really done a job in getting this stadium crowd quiet just by getting ahead 6-4, 6-2. It's what you try to do in Davis Cup matches when you're in other people's countries, to get ahead and stay ahead, and that way they don't get too excited. And it's really what he did against John McEnroe here as well.
Deuce.
Advantage, Lendl.
That was a smart shot from Lendl then. He really didn't have a lot of openings to go for a winner.
NBA Commissioner David Stern, and behind him, President of CBS Sports, Neil Pilson.
Game, Lendl.
Lendl gets a break.
2-1, third set.
What time do we go on air? 4?
4 o'clock.
Verlander and perhaps
seat,
Lendl.
please.
Perhaps. Still to come today, the women's final. Steffi Graf, Martina Navratilova.
You think Verlander and Lendl can finish in 3 hours?
It'll be close.
Even if it's 3 sets?
It'll be close.
You did the French, Tony, with Verlander and Lendl. That was...
First set was deadly. It was 7-5, but it was so to an hour and 20, 30 minutes. It was boring, but it got a little better.
That was on the slow clay courts, though.
Right.
Love 15. please.
As well as Jimmy Connors' return serve, he has yet to break Lendl's serve. In fact, Lendl's only had his serve broken 3 times in this entire tournament.
Still hasn't lost a set.
Love 30.
First serve percentage by set.
Third set's quite different, isn't it? 82% for Connors, 17% for Lendl. Yet Lendl serving at 2-1 with a break.
He's only had 1 service game, so
Right.
might have only served 6 or 7 times.
$15-30.
It's the scoreboard that counts.
Yeah.
Yep.
Put all those statistics up you want. The only ones that count are what you got the 6s or the other guys got them.
Connors is creating the opportunities. In the first set, he was 5-4 down and had love 40 on Lendl's serve to pull it level at 5-all. He was in the set then. Crowd were up.
Two break points for Connors. That'll wake the crowd up. See, Jimmy's 0 for 5. Lendl 4 for 9 in breakpoint conversion, so big chance here for Connors to get back on serve in his 3rd set.
Another look at this one, moving in a little bit and across. He had to reach for it, and look at the expression on Jimmy's face. He's laughing when he's pumping his fist there. He's still laughing.
Quiet, please. Thank you.
2-all.
Well, now Ivan's been broken 4 times in the tournament.
Right.
Love.
First time Ivan has been broken in the last 3 matches.
Sorry. I was just going to say, it has to be a little bit on Lendl's mind, the rain up there, Pat. He's up 2 sets to love. It's 2-all. He's 4 games away from clinching this match and going home, going to sleep and getting ready for tomorrow's final.
15-all.
There's some warrior right there, isn't he?
Really.
Yeah.
Set him up with the dink backhand again.
15,
I thought he was going to go over the top that time with the offensive lob. Watch Lendl. He takes a sloop, swings. It looks like he might go over it and for the lob. Instead, he rolled it cross court. Same swing, he disguised. He can go down the line. So you've got to guess.
What about Navratilova and Graf? That's a pretty tough time for them. It's a very important match coming up, and they're sitting around wondering all day what time they're going to get on and if it's going to rain, when they should eat.
Doesn't make it easier.
No.
$15-40.
2 break points.
Lendl leads 3-2.
Lendl leads 3-2 in the third. Shea Stadium just across the way. Parking lot emptying there. The Cardinals defeated the Mets 8-1. That's the final. The house is still full here and a lot more tennis to come.
Mets got to be a little bit shell-shocked after that loss last night.
Yeah. Puts the Cardinals 3.5 in front. Forecast, by the way, the weather forecast has been changed. It's getting better.
Lendl's job is to keep concentrating here. Don't get lost, you know. Don't take a walkabout, as they say. He's got the break. All he has to do is hold 3 more serves, no matter what else Jimmy does.
30-15.
5 aces by Lendl. 30-15 now.
He gets a lot of power out of the first serve without jumping into court. He doesn't really follow the serve in with his body weight.
He does set that ball into the court, though. You're inside the baseline, so he has to lean into it.
But he doesn't take sort of 2 steps in after he serves.
40-15.
He's got a good knee bend action that comes out of, and
got a lot of leverage too. Big tall guy, 6'2".
And of course, one of the major factors is a good wrist snap, where you get good racket head speed. Helps you get pace and spin, whatever you're looking for.
Game, Lendl. He leads 4-2.
Such an easy-looking game for Lendl. He leads 4-2.
He's admonishing himself to keep going. I don't get careless. He knows he's in the driver's seat.
30.
Hole is getting deeper and deeper.
Yep.
For Mr. Connors.
Quiet, please. Love 40.
And 3 break points for Lendl, which would put him up 5-2, and he'd be serving for the match. Samantha Frankel, Von Lendl's girlfriend.
Game Lendl.
He's up 5-2.
Set 5-2. 15 love.
You wonder how many more times these fans are going to get to see Jimmy Connors here at the U.S. Open. He has said he might try to play 2 or 3 more years, I think, but I would be surprised if he played that long. Missed it.
15 all.
Yvonne thought he had made it.
It was close.
That's going more by feel than by eyesight, because he was about to run into the base linesman. And they asked the linesman at his end of the court, was it out? And he said, yes. That's like a pitcher asking the umpire, you know, did I swing at a bad ball?
I thought he said, how much did that miss by? As if the guy could tell him. He said, or if he's not, they're not supposed to talk to the players anyway.
30-15.
I think in those circumstances, if he said, you know, how far was it out, I don't think there'd be any problem seeing 3 inches or 6 inches. Or.
But they have got, they've got a linesman at each end of the court now, haven't they?
Right.
Last weekend they didn't have.
Full complement here from the quarterfinals on.
Do you think they might change that for... Nice catch. Do you think they might change that for next year? For grandstand and stadium, put a full complement for all matches?
I doubt it. They just have so many matches going on.
Match point.
Been out on court 2 hours and 31 minutes. And the #1 seed, Yvonne Lendl, has 2 match points.
Quiet, please.
Jimmy had down the line covered. Yvonne signaled to himself he should have thrown up the lob. He's closing in and go cross court with that topspin lob.
Jimmy's just sitting on the line then.
Well, he knew he was going to be late. You know, he wasn't going to get there with plenty of time to spare. Still a match point for Lendl.
Lendl. Match to Lendl. A courageous display by Connors, but too much Ivan Lendl.
Jimmy has had plenty of days in the sunshine here at the U.S. Open. Won this 5 times.
I'm reminded of a comment that Forrest Gregg made when he was coaching the Cincinnati Bengals before Super Bowl 16 between Cincinnati and San Francisco. We asked him about one of his safety men, of whom Connors reminded me today. John Madden said to him, "Will he hit you?" And Forrest Gregg said, "Yes, he'll hit you, but he just doesn't bring a big enough load."
Yeah. Brett Connors goes out with Dad.
Ivan Lendl advances to the final.